When Sarah married Daniel, everyone congratulated her. He was kind, hardworking, loyal, but there was one thing people warned her about. Greater than, his mother is very difficult. Sarah smiled politely. She didn't take it seriously. She thought love was enough. She was wrong. Crescent moon the first days. From the very first week after marriage, Sarah felt it. The silence, the cold looks, the unspoken judgment. Daniel's mother, Margaret, never shouted, never argued. She did something worse. She ignored Sarah's existence. At the dinner table, she would say, "Daniel, do you like the soup?" Never, "Sarah, do you want more?" If Sarah cooked, Margaret would quietly remake the same dish the next day. Better, perfect, without saying a word. Heartbreak, a wife's quiet pain. Daniel noticed, but not enough. Whenever Sarah tried to speak, he said, "Greater than, she's old-fashioned. Give her time." So Sarah stayed silent. She washed dishes with tears in her eyes. She smiled when her heart was breaking. She told herself, "Greater than, this is marriage. This is patience." At night, when Daniel slept peacefully, Sarah stared at the ceiling and whispered, "Greater than, why am I never enough?" Cloud with rain, the pregnancy. 2 years later, Sarah became pregnant. Daniel was overjoyed. Margaret's reaction, a simple nod, no smile, no hug, but everything changed, not for the better. Margaret began controlling everything: what Sarah ate, how she slept, how she walked, even how she breathed. Greater than, you're doing it wrong. In my time, women were stronger. Don't be so dramatic. Sarah felt like an incubator, not a daughter-in-law. Stethoscope, the hospital night. Turning point begins. One winter night, Sarah collapsed. Severe pain, bleeding, fear. Daniel was away on a business trip. Margaret was the only one home. For a moment, she just stood there, watching Sarah struggle to breathe. Then suddenly, something broke inside her. She grabbed her coat, called an ambulance, held Sarah's hand for the first time. "Greater than, stay awake," she whispered. "Please, stay awake." Thought balloon. Margaret's past, deep emotional reveal. At the hospital, while doctors rushed Sarah inside, Margaret sat alone. Her hands trembled, memories flooded back. She remembered herself, young, pregnant, living with a cruel mother-in-law, a woman who once told her, "Greater than, you'll never be good enough for my son." Margaret had cried alone too, suffered alone too, and slowly, she had become the very woman she once feared. Heartbreak, the truth comes out. Doctors came out. Greater than, the baby is safe. But she lost a lot of blood. Margaret broke down. When Sarah woke up, weak and pale, she felt a warm hand on hers. Margaret was crying. "Greater than, I'm sorry," she whispered. "I didn't protect you the way I should have." Sarah didn't speak. She just cried. For the first time, they cried together. Sunrise changes not words, it's actions. After that night, everything slowly changed. Margaret cooked for Sarah, and sat beside her while she ate. She covered her with a blanket. She defended her when relatives criticized her. When Daniel returned and saw this change, he was shocked. One evening, Margaret said, "Greater than, son, if you ever let your wife suffer in silence again, you will answer to me." Daniel's eyes filled with tears. Baby, the birth. On the day the baby was born, Margaret stood outside the delivery room, praying. When the nurse placed the baby in Sarah's arms, Margaret kissed Sarah's forehead and said, "Greater than, thank you for making me a grandmother. Not, thank you for my grandson, but, thank you." Cherry blossom ending, powerful message. Years later, Sarah says, "Greater than, she was never my real mother. Until the day she chose to be." And Margaret says, "Greater than, sometimes, pain doesn't make us stronger. It makes us kinder, if we let it." Be careful how you treat someone today. They might be fighting a battle you once fought yourself.